Hello guys! The fictional world of ABC's General Hospital has always been known for its dramatic twists, complex family dynamics, and devastating losses. As 2025 unfolds, one storyline has captivated audiences with its tragic depth and potential for explosive revelations: the death of Natalia Ramirez and its far-reaching consequences for the Rogers-Ramirez family. This comprehensive exploration delves into the intricate web of secrets, lies, and vengeance that surrounds Natalia's mysterious death, and how it could serve as the catalyst for Blaze's dramatic return to Port Charles. On July 1, 2025, General Hospital viewers witnessed one of the most devastating and controversial character exits in recent memory. Natalia Ramirez, portrayed by Eva LaRue, was found unresponsive in her Metro Court hotel room, surrounded by pills and alcohol. The circumstances of her death immediately raised red flags among both the Port Charles Police Department and the show's fanbase, who questioned whether this was truly a suicide or something far more sinister. The events leading to Natalia's death painted a picture of a woman pushed to her breaking point. Following a bitter confrontation with Sonny Corinthos at baby Daisy's christening, where their relationship definitively ended, Natalia returned to her hotel room in a state of emotional devastation. Sonny had made it clear that he had no intention of joining her in the escape to Belize that he had orchestrated for her safety. This rejection, combined with the mounting pressure from her complicated past with Jen Sidwell and the strain in her relationship with her children, created a perfect storm of despair. Detective Harrison Chase and Anna Devane's investigation into Natalia's death revealed several troubling inconsistencies that have kept fans speculating about the true cause of her demise. Most notably, Natalia had been packing her suitcase and preparing to leave for Belize when she died, hardly the actions of someone planning to take their own life. Furthermore, witnesses reported seeing a man fleeing from near her hotel room just before Chase and Anne arrived, adding another layer of mystery to an already complex situation. The official cause of death was ruled an overdose of tranquilizers mixed with alcohol. However, the positioning of evidence and Natalia's state of preparation for travel suggested to investigators that the scene may have been staged. This suspicion was further heightened by the presence of Sonny's security guard, who had been monitoring Natalia as part of the plan to send her to Belize. Central to the mystery surrounding Natalia's death is her ex-husband, Jen Sidwell, a powerful and manipulative figure who has emerged as one of Port Charles' most dangerous villains. Sidwell's relationship with Natalia was fraught with control, manipulation, and fear emotions that extended far beyond their divorce. The criminal mastermind had been systematically working to undermine Sonny Corinthos' empire, and Natalia's involvement with Sonny represented both an opportunity and a threat to his plans. Evidence suggests that Sidwell may have orchestrated Natalia's death as part of a larger scheme to frame Sonny for murder. The timing was particularly suspicious, as it occurred shortly after Sidwell made a cryptic phone call stating, "I can see they completed the job," just as both the fire at Charlie's pub erupted and Natalia met her demise. This coordination of events points to a carefully planned operation designed to eliminate multiple threats to Sidwell's agenda while implicating Sonny in serious crimes. The strategic elimination. Sidwell's motivation for wanting Natalia dead extends beyond mere revenge. As his ex-wife, she possessed intimate knowledge of his criminal operations and could potentially expose secrets that would destroy his carefully constructed facade in Port Charles. Additionally, her growing relationship with Sonny represented a personal betrayal that the controlling Sidwell could not tolerate. The method of Natalia's death made to look like a suicide or accidental overdose fits perfectly with Sidwell's sophisticated approach to eliminating obstacles. Rather than resorting to obvious violence, he appears to have chosen a method that would cast suspicion on Sonny while removing a potential witness to his past crimes. The death of Natalia has had a profound impact on her son Marco Rios, played by Adrian Oncondo. Despite the complicated relationship he had with his mother, Marco refuses to believe that she would take her own life. His intimate knowledge of Natalia's character and resilience leads him to suspect foul play, setting him on a collision course with those he believes are responsible for her death. Marco's initial suspicions have fallen heavily on Sonny Corinthos, whom he sees as the last person to have a significant interaction with his mother. The young lawyer's grief has transformed into a burning desire for revenge, as he publicly declares his intention to make Sonny pay for what he believes is murder. This accusation has created a dangerous dynamic in Port Charles, where mob justice often supersedes legal proceedings. The search for evidence. Recent storyline developments suggest that Marco's investigation into his mother's death may be leading him closer to the truth. In a dramatic twist, Marco discovers a handwritten note from Natalia expressing her fear that Sidwell wanted to kill her. This evidence, hidden in Natalia's belongings, provides the smoking gun that Marco needs to redirect his anger toward the true perpetrator of his mother's death. The discovery of this note represents a pivotal moment in the storyline, as it not only vindicates Natalia's character but also exposes Sidwell's murderous intentions. For Marco, this revelation is both a relief and a source of new rage, as he realizes he has been targeting the wrong person while his father's true killer has been manipulating events from the shadows. One of the most intriguing aspects of this storyline is the relationship between Marco and his sister, Allison Blaze Rogers. The two siblings have a complicated dynamic, with their connection to their parents creating different loyalties and perspectives on family relationships. While Marco has maintained a closer relationship with his father Sidwell, Blaze has been largely absent from Port Charles, touring internationally with her music career. The revelation that both Marco and Blaze are children of Sidwell and Natalia adds layers of complexity to an already intricate family drama. This shared parentage means that both siblings have inherited not only their parents' talents and ambitions but also the burden of their parents' troubled past and criminal associations. Different paths, shared tragedy. The contrast between Marco and Blaze's responses to family dysfunction highlights their different coping mechanisms and priorities. While Marco chose to pursue law and maintain connections to his family's world, Blaze sought escape through her music career and geographic distance from Port Charles. However, their mother's death threatens to bring both siblings back into the orbit of their family's dark legacy. As news of Natalia's death reaches Blaze during her international tour, the singer faces an impossible choice. The reports suggest that Blaze will receive notification of her mother's passing while performing abroad, creating a dramatic moment where her professional obligations clash with family tragedy. The shock of losing her mother, combined with the suspicious circumstances surrounding the death, is expected to compel Blaze to abandon her tour and return to Port Charles immediately. The timing of Blaze's return could not be more dramatic. Her arrival in Port Charles will coincide with heightened tensions between Marco and Sunny, as well as the ongoing investigation into Natalia's death. This convergence of events sets the stage for explosive confrontations and emotional revelations that could reshape multiple family dynamics within the show. A sister's support and suspicion. Blaze's relationship with Marco, while complicated by their different life paths, is expected to strengthen in the face of their shared loss. The siblings' mutual grief over their mother's death could serve as a bonding experience, particularly as they work together to uncover the truth about what really happened to Natalia. However, Blaze's return also brings the potential for conflict, especially if she disagrees with Marco's initial assessment of Sunny's guilt. Her outside perspective and emotional distance from the immediate events could provide a more objective view of the situation, potentially helping to redirect suspicions toward the true perpetrator. The funeral of Natalia Ramirez is expected to serve as a crucial turning point in this storyline. Funeral scenes in soap operas traditionally function as gathering points for all relevant characters, creating opportunities for dramatic confrontations, unexpected revelations, and emotional breakthroughs. In this case, Natalia's funeral will likely bring together the entire extended family, including both grieving relatives and those connected to the circumstances of her death. The attendance of various Port Charles residents at the funeral will create a powder keg of emotions and suspicions. With Marco's accusations against Sunny hanging in the air, and Sidwell's potential presence as the grieving ex-husband, the service threatens to become a battleground rather than a peaceful memorial. According to spoiler information, the most dramatic moment of the funeral will come when Blaze takes center stage to make a shocking revelation. Having had time to process the circumstances of her mother's death and possibly uncovering additional evidence, Blaze will stand before the assembled mourners to announce that she knows who killed Natalia. This moment represents the culmination of the investigation and family dynamics that have been building since Natalia's death. Blaze's accusation will not only shock the funeral attendees, but also serve as a catalyst for the next phase of the storyline, as the truth about Sidwell's involvement finally comes to light. The most compelling evidence in Blaze's possession appears to be a voice message that Natalia sent to her daughter before her death. This recording, which Blaze will presumably play during the funeral confrontation, contains Natalia's explicit fears about Sidwell and his potential threat to her life. The existence of this message transforms Natalia's death from a possible suicide into a clear case of premeditated murder. The voice message serves multiple narrative purposes within the storyline. First, it provides concrete evidence of Sidwell's guilt that goes beyond circumstantial observations or suspicions. Second, it demonstrates Natalia's awareness of the danger she was in, suggesting that she was trying to protect her children even in her final moments. Finally, it gives Blaze the ammunition she needs to publicly confront her father and demand justice for her mother. From a dramatic standpoint, the voice message represents one of the most powerful pieces of evidence possible in a soap opera storyline. Unlike written notes or witness testimony, a recorded message carries the emotional weight of hearing the victim's actual voice expressing their fears and concerns. This type of evidence is particularly effective in swaying both characters within the story and viewers watching at home. The timing of when Blaze chooses to reveal this evidence at her mother's funeral, in front of all the major players in the drama, maximizes its impact. Rather than taking the evidence to the police or confronting Sidwell privately, Blaze's decision to make this revelation public ensures that Sidwell cannot easily dismiss or cover up his crimes. Sidwell's reaction to Blaze's accusation will be crucial in determining how the storyline develops moving forward. As a sophisticated criminal who has successfully maintained a facade of respectability in Port Charles, Sidwell is unlikely to simply confess when confronted with the evidence. Instead, his response will likely involve a combination of denial, misdirection, and demands for more substantial proof. The character's insistence that accusations require evidence beyond a voice message reflects his understanding of both legal proceedings and public opinion. By demanding more proof, Sidwell buys himself time to formulate a defense while simultaneously casting doubt on the reliability of Natalia's final message. This response is consistent with his character as someone who carefully manages his public image while operating ruthlessly behind the scenes. Sidwell's demand for evidence creates a new challenge for Blaze and Marco as they seek justice for their mother. While the voice message provides powerful emotional testimony, proving Sidwell's direct involvement in Natalia's death will require additional evidence that may be difficult to obtain. This situation sets up future storylines where the siblings must work together to gather the proof needed to bring their father to justice. The legal and investigative aspects of proving Sidwell's guilt add layers of complexity to what could otherwise be a straightforward revenge story. Rather than simply seeking vigilante justice, Blaze and Marco must navigate the legal system and gather evidence that will stand up in court. This approach reflects the show's ongoing themes about the importance of justice over revenge and the power of family bonds in overcoming adversity. Next, we will dive deep into the chilling developments surrounding Sasha Gilmore Corbin as she faces a heart-stopping crisis at the Quartermain mansion. Prepare for an emotional roller coaster as we explore the eerie events that are unraveling around little Daisy Gilmore, with mysteries deepening and Sasha's worst fears coming to life. Let's unpack the unsettling incidents, speculate on what horrifying discovery awaits, and consider how Sasha will fight to protect her precious child in the episodes airing from July 7th to July 11th. Sasha Gilmore Corbin, a beloved character on General Hospital, has been grappling with an undercurrent of dread ever since peculiar events involving her daughter, Daisy, began to surface. It all started with a startling incident at the hospital, where a bassinet seemed to move on its own, as if guided by an unseen hand. This strange occurrence was only the beginning of a series of unnerving moments that have left Sasha questioning her surroundings. Back at the Quartermain mansion, theory vibes intensified when Daisy's mobile inexplicably activated in the dead of night, its soft lullaby echoing through the silent house like a ghostly whisper. Sasha's unease grew into outright alarm when she discovered Daisy in her crib, inexplicably turned to face the opposite direction and dressed in an outfit she didn't remember putting on her. The implications are chilling. Samine, or something, seems to be fixated on Daisy, and their intentions appear far from benign. This invisible intruder is not merely observing but actively manipulating the environment to toy with Sasha's sanity, creating an atmosphere of paranoia that threatens to engulf her. Could this be a warning of darker deeds to come, or is there a more sinister force at play within the walls of the mansion? As the tension builds, ABC General Hospital spoilers indicate that the week of July 7th will bring Sasha face to face with her most terrifying ordeal yet. On July 7th, an episode promises to deliver a shocking revelation that will push Sasha to the brink of a meltdown. The details remain cloaked in mystery, but the signs point to a discovery tied to the ongoing Daisy enigma. Could it be that Sasha stumbles upon a hidden message scrawled in a childlike hand on the nursery wall, declaring, "I'm watching her always"? Or perhaps she uncovers a small, forgotten toy or ragged doll with Daisy's name stitched into its fabric tucked beneath the crib, suggesting an obsessive presence has been lingering far too close for comfort. The possibilities are endless and equally horrifying, each one painting a picture of a calculated effort to unnerve Sasha and target her innocent child. Whatever this discovery may be, it will act as a catalyst, shattering any remaining sense of safety Sasha might have clung to and plunging her into a state of raw panic. This moment will not only test her emotional resilience but also set the stage for a battle to protect Daisy from an unseen enemy who seems to know every corner of their lives. While the specter of Daisy vanishing looms large in fans' minds, current spoilers suggest that a full-blown kidnapping might not be on the immediate horizon. Instead, the narrative seems to be steering toward a slow burn of psychological torment. Michael Corinthos, along with other key figures in Daisy's life, will reportedly be preoccupied with separate storylines during this pivotal week, potentially leaving Sasha to confront this nightmare largely on her own. This isolation could amplify her fears, as she lacks the immediate support of loved ones to ground her amid the chaos. However, it also provides a unique opportunity for Sasha to tap into her inner strength, transforming her from a rattled mother into a fierce protector. The absence of immediate allies might mean the show is holding off on a dramatic disappearance for now, choosing instead to build suspense through smaller, yet equally disturbing, clues. For instance, Sasha might find a trail of daisy petals leading from the nursery to a locked room in the mansion, a room no one has entered in years, hinting at secrets buried in the Quartermain family's past. This breadcrumb of terror would not only deepen the mystery, but also tie the current events to a historical undercurrent of darkness, adding layers to the unfolding drama. Speculation runs wild about the nature of the alarming evidence Sasha might uncover in Daisy's nursery or elsewhere in the sprawling estate. Imagine the sheer horror of walking into the room to find a set of wooden alphabet blocks meticulously arranged to spell out "Mine Forever" on the floor, a silent but menacing claim over her child. Alternatively, a bouquet of fresh daisies could be waiting on a table, accompanied by an unsigned note reading, "She belongs with me," penned in an unfamiliar, shaky script. Such a discovery would confirm Sasha's growing suspicion that someone is not only watching but actively plotting to disrupt her life. This anonymous threat could stem from a figure from Sasha's past, perhaps a long-forgotten rival or an unhinged individual obsessed with the idea of family, driven by motives yet to be revealed. The psychological warfare being waged against her might even extend beyond physical objects. Perhaps Sasha hears faint whispers through the baby monitor late at night, unintelligible murmurs that stop the moment she rushes to check on Daisy. Each incident, whether tangible or ethereal, chips away at her peace of mind, building toward a crescendo of dread that viewers can feel through the screen. Sasha's inevitable meltdown, as teased by ABC General Hospital spoilers, will be a raw and powerful moment, showcasing her vulnerability as a mother caught in a web of fear. Picture her collapsing to the floor of the nursery, clutching one of Daisy's tiny blankets as tears stream down her face, overwhelmed by the realization that her baby is the target of an unknown malevolence. This emotional breakdown will not be just a reaction to a single event but the culmination of weeks of mounting anxiety, sleepless nights spent listening for every creak in the house, and the gnawing fear that she might not be enough to keep Daisy safe. Yet, within this despair, a spark of resolve will ignite. Sasha, though shaken, is not one to remain defeated. Her love for Daisy will fuel her determination, transforming her terror into a steely resolve to uncover the identity of this shadowy tormentor. She might begin to comb through old journals or family records kept in the Quartermain archives, desperate for any clue about who could harbor such a grudge or obsession with her child. This journey could reveal hidden connections, perhaps even pointing to a long-buried scandal involving another branch of the family, adding a historical twist to her personal nightmare. As Sasha braces herself for whatever horrors lie ahead, her protective instincts will kick into overdrive. She may take drastic measures, such as installing additional security cameras around the mansion or even hiring a private investigator to delve into the mysterious occurrences. Imagine late-night scenes of Sasha poring over grainy footage, her eyes bloodshot from exhaustion, searching for any glimpse of an intruder. She might also reach out to trusted confidants, sharing her fears in hushed tones, though she worries that speaking the terror aloud will somehow make it more real. Her every action will be driven by an unyielding need to shield Daisy from harm, even if it means putting herself at risk. Spoilers hint that Sasha will stop at nothing to ensure her daughter's safety, suggesting that her fight will be both internal battling her own spiraling paranoia and external, as she faces off against a foe whose face she cannot yet see. Could this lead to a confrontation where Sasha finds herself standing guard over Daisy's crib with a newfound ferocity, ready to defend her at all costs? Only time will tell, but her transformation into a warrior mother is a storyline fans won't want to miss. The mystery surrounding Daisy and Sasha is a tapestry of suspense woven with threads of psychological horror, familial secrets, and maternal strength. As the episodes unfold, viewers will be on the edge of their seats, piecing together clues alongside Sasha. Is this torment the work of a jealous outsider, a ghostly presence tied to the mansion's storied past, or something even more unexpected? Like a figure from Sasha's own history resurfacing with twisted intentions. The Quartermain mansion itself, with its labyrinthine halls and hidden rooms, seems to hold answers just out of reach, its very architecture a character in this unfolding drama. Each creaking floorboard and shadowy corner adds to the oppressive atmosphere, mirroring Sasha's mental state as she navigates this nightmare. The show's writers have masterfully set the stage for a storyline that balances immediate danger with long-term intrigue, ensuring that every episode peels back another layer of the mystery while keeping the audience guessing about the true nature of the threat. In conclusion, the coming episodes of General Hospital promise to deliver a gripping saga as Sasha Gilmore Corbin faces a terrifying ordeal centered on her daughter, Daisy. From inexplicable nursery disturbances to a devastating discovery on July 7th, Sasha's world is spiraling into chaos, testing her limits as a mother and a survivor. While the exact nature of the threat remains shrouded in secrecy, one thing is clear: Sasha will fight tooth and nail to protect her child, no matter the cost. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital for updates on this heart-pounding storyline, and join us as we continue to unravel the enigma at the Quartermain mansion. Will Sasha uncover the identity of her shadowy adversary before it's too late, or will the darkness close in around her family? Don't miss a single episode as this chilling tale unfolds.